1 week on from the mass kidnapping of hundreds of schoolgirls in Nigeria, their headmistress says more than 180 are still missing. Boko Haram is believed to be behind those abductions from a boarding school in a remote area of Borno State. It's thought the militants took the girls to the Sambisa forest near the border with Cameroon. Parents have been searching the area for any sign of their children. Well, let's discuss the spread of Boko Haram with Richard Dowden, Director of the Royal African Society, and Aliyu Tanko from the BBC Hausa Service. Richard, if we just start with what Thomas Fessi was reporting there, I mean, how widespread is the transnational leakage of Boko Haram, and how much of Boko Haram is linked to criminality or to actual idealism?
My understanding is that after the original founder of it, Mohammed Aliyu was killed, actually murdered by the police. They fled across into Niger, and that's where a group of Al-Qaeda operatives gave them training and in explosives and so on, and sent them back in as a really powerful militant group.
But there doesn't seem to be the ideological force and zeal in those groups that Thomas Fessi was talking to now. So is it financed by basically criminality rather than idealism?
Well, criminality and the political class. Nigeria is a state that's upside down. There is one source of wealth, oil. It flows in right at the top. And if you can get to the top, you can get some of that money. So yes, as soon as there's a bit of a problem on the ground, somebody in the political class will say, maybe they will fight for me, maybe they'll be my gang. And that's what happened to Boko Haram. I think a lot of big money flowed in, and there are groups that are within Boko Haram which are still militant Al-Qaeda style, but there are an awful lot of criminals as well who are just saying, this is where we can make some money.
So Aliyu Tanko from BBC Hausa Service, is that why this army clampdown last May on Boko Haram seems to have had very little impact?
Yes, the Nigerian military has been claiming that it is succeeding in flushing out Boko Haram members. It claimed that it undertook aerial attack on Sambisa forest, and from the look of things, it's not the correct thing that is happening on the ground, because from the information we are gathering is that these girls that were abducted in this boarding school in Chibok village were actually taken to Sambisa forest. So if Sambisa forest has been, there were bombardments in Sambisa forest way back in May last year, I don't think at the moment this group should have had enough strength to regroup and, take a lot of girls hostage in that place.
But Nigeria now has overtaken South Africa as Africa's biggest economy. Is the president, are the authorities there committing enough resources to the fight against Boko Haram? We've got a World Trade Forum being held there in a couple of months' time, haven't we, where he's committed thousands of troops?
Yeah, the issue is the Nigerian economy as a whole is something that is seen to be manipulated by a few individuals, and down on the ground the people are still in abject poverty, hunger, joblessness, and other things. And some people suggest that the government is not committing enough resources to fight Boko Haram insurgency, because the security budget is quite huge. But from reports we are getting in the field soldiers of the Nigerian army, they are complaining that they are not given enough food to even fight Boko Haram. Their allowances have not been given to them as at when due.
And Richard, in the neighbouring countries, is there the manpower, is there the political will to try and address this now? Because if they don't, surely the problem is it's going to spread right across.
No, I think these states, Niger and Mali, as we saw, held up just less than a decade ago as one model for Africa, collapsed very easily when it was similarly hit. Niger as well, not a state with a loyal, efficient security force, army, police. They're not well equipped enough, and they haven't got the mentality of how to combat these sort of movements.
Just a final question for you, Aliyu. How much support is there on the ground for Boko Haram? Or is this support which is actually won through fear rather than because they think these people are fighting for something they believe in?
Well, the number of Boko Haram members, as far as we have been reporting, they are just minute. They are a group of a handful. However, there is this fear within Borno State and neighboring Yobe and Adamawa states. And there were reports, I think, recently that Boko Haram members would attack a village and forcefully recruit young men to become part of their fighters. And, you know, these young men are jobless youths, and there are lots of problems there. And there is this fear even within those local villages bordering Nigeria and Cameroon and even Niger. So it's very hard to really say who are the real fighters of Boko Haram and who are those that were forcefully taken
press gang.
to be part of the group.
All right, okay. Aliyu Tanko and Richard Dowden, thank you both very much indeed.